Declan Rice, and we just can't do nothing about it. And then Danny Welbeck in the bottom there runs across the back line. West Ham flat-footed, and again a great through ball and a fantastic finish from Welbeck.
We expect to finish those when he gets into the position, but the movement from them both, they just pull into positions off the shoulders of defenders just for that moment where they can't be seen, and then they spring into action. Terrific from them both, and I love the way he celebrated it. I love how much that goal still meant to him at this stage in his career, at this stage into the season where, you know, people are saying they have nothing to play for. I really enjoyed that.
Well, it does, but as I say, it's his best season in terms of goals since 2014. He's out of contract as well in the summer. He's not said where he's going to go, what he's going to do, whether he's going to commit to Brighton. Would it be good for you a good move for him to stay there, do you think?
I think it would be good for any team. I think there'll be a number of Premier League teams and managers that are looking to see in his quality. I think his issue has been remaining fit, but there may be some teams out there that I could name, mine in particular, that would love a striker that could come and give 15, 20 games a season and give that balance, because there's no doubt there's quality.
Now, in the first half, you were terming what was happening to West Ham a touch of the Brightons.
I was, yeah. It's just, you know, you're going into this game and you just felt West Ham had to. I know it was an outside chance at this stage, but they had to make things happen. And, you know, I'd seen them at Burnley a few weeks ago, and they were so good in these positions, getting into the number 10 position, finding people running through, but they just didn't seem to quite be at it this evening. They didn't quite seem to find that right pass. There was a bit of confusion, or they couldn't break away, or when a chance came in, they weren't quite clinical. It just outreached them, and I just feel this was a big opportunity that they let slip by, and it was just occasions like that where they just didn't quite make the pass, Karen.
No, you're right. It's spot on, and I think David Moyes hit the nail on the head there. It's the final ball, it's the execution, that little bit of quality, and it was missing really. And Crossie's coming in, that was a massive moment there from Dawson. For me, he had to put that away. But then this is the moment, the goal, Ben Rama came on, waited for his chance, and it's just that clinical edge that he had. You know, there's only one place he could put it because there's so many bodies and numbers around him. And look, it comes out to him second phase. His first touch wasn't particularly great, but it's the second one there, gets it out his feet and then wraps it in the corner, and Sanchez has got no chance. And, you know, that's the difference, really. They needed that more often in the game.
First ever goal for West Ham in his 31st appearance for them. Now, they've only picked up 4 points from their last possible 15, when obviously Champions League places were, you know, up for grabs. This is now not looking such a realistic kind of aim for them, is it really? They're off the pace now. It's not mathematically over.
Yeah, they've fell away from it the last few games, and they've really needed to step up at the final end of the season. And it just hasn't happened. And maybe it's nerves, maybe it's experience, I don't know. But, you know, it's still been a fantastic season for them, regardless.
Yeah, I mean, because of how close they got, you know, I think maybe we're holding them to a higher expectation than we should, because, as Karen said, it's still a fantastic season. There's, you know, they look like a shoe-in for some sort of European qualification. So, you know, I still think that's an amazing return for West Ham.
And for David Moyes as well, I'm sure it'll help when he's going to
the
board and asking for a bit of money in the summer.
Delighted for him, because, you know, he was questioned. He always seemed to get questioned about his ability, and has he still got the desire and the ability to drive a team the way he has. So I'm glad that yet again he proves his doubts wrong.
Good stuff. Okay, well, highlights of the FA Cup final between Chelsea and Leicester City on the way shortly. And there are 4 more games on Match of the Day 2 tomorrow night.
Pereira can back to goal this one and finds it.
Oh, Salah, so easy.
Gareth Bale at the double for Tottenham.
But the goodness gets wide.
Calvert-Lewin is in and scores.
Necker with a shot, it's in off the building. Benteke, brilliant. It could be the match winner.
And you can hear Tottenham Wolves and Liverpool West Brom on 5 Live and BBC Sounds on Sunday. Football, racism and social media is streaming now on BBC iPlayer. Nesta McGregor speaks to victims, social media companies and those charged with cleaning up football. The Match of the Day Top 10 podcast is available on BBC Sounds. You can also watch the episodes on BBC iPlayer. There are 2 midweek Match of the Days on Tuesday and Wednesday, and the Euros are just around the corner.
coming, but it's finally here. The Euro starts 11th of June across the BBC.
Can't wait. Fulham relegated back to the Championship on Monday night. Travelled Southampton, who returned to winning ways in midweek with 2 goals from fit again Danny Ings. Robin Cowan was at St Mary's.
A third successive relegation from the Premier League was confirmed with defeat against Burnley on Monday. Scott Parker says he wants to get off the roller coaster, but not before a final ascent to the top flight, of course. With one eye on the future, it's 4 changes for Fulham, including a first Premier League start for 18-year-old academy product Fabio Carvalho. Southampton could have been for the drop themselves were it not for Danny Ings. He starts again after his match-winning display against Crystal Palace. McCarthy for Forster and Salisu for Bednarek are the 2 changes made today. Fulham playing for pride. Scott Parker is called for a professional performance. Southampton win it back in a good area here. Minamino, chance for Redmond. It's a poor effort from Nathan Redmond. Just opened up for him. Well won back by Stuart Armstrong. A whiff of offside perhaps, but no one was tracking Redmond from a Fulham perspective, and he should have done better. Armstrong onto Walker Peters. Good change of pace from Armstrong, drawing the foul. It's a free kick for Southampton. A yellow card for the captain, Joachim Andersen. Southampton are one of the best deliverers of a dead ball in James Ward-Prowse. It's whipped in and it is in! Shea Adams gives Southampton the lead. Just what this game needed. Shea Adams with his 9th goal of the season. A wicked delivery. Pretty lacklustre defending from Fulham. Adams didn't really have to move. Lots of issues to solve. It's lost by Aina. Minamino. Here's Ings. First touch a little bit heavy. And that's going to be a free kick. Ola Aina. Felt like he could get there. Minamino just too quick. We'll have draft excluder behind the wall. It's Ward-Prowse. It's an excellent save from Areola. Went for the far corner. James Ward-Prowse. Areola read it well. Armstrong finds Minamino. Armstrong. This is promising. Danny Ings around the goalkeeper. Tight angle. Tries to pull it back and it's out for a corner kick. Beautifully crafted Southampton move between the lines. Touch just took him too wide to have an effort on goal himself. Minamino always finding space between the lines. Armstrong. Walker Peters. 2-0. And what a moment for Nathan Teller. He's been on the pitch for a matter of minutes. And he scored his first ever senior goal. Really good play from Southampton, but again, Fulham standing off. An inch-perfect cross by Walker Peters, no one tracked Teller. And the substitute has wrapped up this game for Saints. Just look what that means. Cross comes in, no one there from a Fulham perspective. Could be a chance here. Brian! Wide. Joe Bryan hasn't scored in the Premier League. He scored the goals that got them up in the playoff final. That seems a long time ago now. He's got a decent left foot. Always flying wide. Reed. Neat play in the midfield by Fulham. Tete's touch just behind him. Just stops the momentum for a bit, but that's a lovely ball. Carvalho! A debut goal for Fabio Carvalho. And didn't he take it well? Fulham back in the game. Involved in the build-up as well. Kept his run going. The 18-year-old with a nerve